On December 24th, 1851, a fire begins in a chimney at the U.S. Capitol, destroying 2/3 of the books of the Library of Congress, including more than 4,000 volumes from the personal collection of Thomas Jefferson. But how did Jefferson's books end up in the Library of Congress? And what can you see in a visit to the Library of Congress today? In 1800, the Library of Congress was established by President John Adams. Congress appropriated $5,000 to purchase, quote, such books as may be necessary for the use of Congress. The first books arrived from London in 1801, and the collection was originally housed in the U.S. Capitol. In 1802, the catalog listed 964 volumes and 9 maps. By 1814, the Library of Congress contained about 3,000 books. That year, during the War of 1812, the Capitol was burned by the British, destroying the entire collection. In 1815, the following year, former U.S. President Thomas Jefferson sold the 6,487 volumes from his personal library at Monticello for $23,950 to recommence the Library of Congress. The collection continued to be housed within the Capitol building, which was where the 1851 fire struck, destroying about 35,000 of its 55,000 texts. The remaining 20,000 volumes were greatly expanded after the American Civil War, making it one of the largest libraries in the world. In 1897, the Library of Congress got its own building across the street from the Capitol. Additional buildings were added in 1938 and 1981. The 1897 building is now known as the Thomas Jefferson Building and is a truly beautiful edifice. No trip to Washington, D.C. is complete without visiting. The architecture alone is reason enough. It has an absolutely stunning interior, which includes the main reading room that was famously featured in the 1976 film All the President's Men. A prized volume in the library is a copy of the groundbreaking Gutenberg Bible, the first Western book printed using modern methods. Only 180 copies were printed by Johannes Gutenberg in Mainz, Germany, in about the year 1455. The library has one of only 21 complete copies known to have survived. Perhaps my favorite item found in the Library of Congress is the Waldseemüller map, the oldest known map that labels the New World as America. Some call this 1507 map America's birth certificate. A copy was rediscovered in the library of a German castle. It was purchased in 2001 for $10 million and is the only known surviving copy. A visit to the Library of Congress also affords an opportunity to see Jefferson's contributions to the library, including his 2,000 books that survived the 1851 fire and replacements for most of those that were destroyed. Many volumes are marked with ribbons. A green ribbon signifies that it is an original Jefferson-owned volume. A gold ribbon denotes a replacement copy for a lost Jefferson-owned original. White ghost boxes serve as placeholders for the 250 books for which a replacement is yet to be acquired. Books without ribbons are copies of titles owned by Jefferson, but not included in the 6,500 volumes he originally sold to the Library of Congress back in 1815. Here are other events that happened today in history. In 1814, Britain and the U.S. signed the Treaty of Ghent, officially ending the War of 1812. In 1865, the KKK is founded in Tennessee with the goal of restoring white supremacy in the American South. In 1877, Thomas Edison files a patent for the phonograph, a device that records and plays back sound. In 1923, at the White House, President Calvin Coolidge lights up the country's first national Christmas tree. In 1968, Apollo 8 astronaut William Anders takes the Earthrise photograph, one of history's greatest. In 1979, the Soviet Union begins its failed 9-year invasion of Afghanistan, securing Kabul within days. In 2008, a Ugandan rebel group begins a 4-day series of attacks against civilians in Congo. And now it's time for our Today in History quiz. Which classic Gregory Peck movie opened on Christmas Day, 1962? The Guns of Navarone, Cape Fear, To Kill a Mockingbird, or Roman Holiday? Liked learning about the Library of Congress and Jefferson's books? Then you'll love this one about one of the biggest moments of Jefferson's presidency, the Louisiana Purchase. Tap the screen to keep the story going on Today in History.